All right, so let's take a step back here this evening. All of this comes after a violent weekend. In just 13 hours from Friday afternoon to Saturday morning, there were 5 shootings across the city. 8 people shot, 3 were killed, including a 17-year-old and a 16-year-old was among the 5 injured. So all of this obviously begs the question that we have asked so often, right? What can we do to stop the violence among our children? There are hundreds of programs and organizations across our state, all of them aimed at doing just that, but somehow still crime involving teenagers really seems to be rising at an alarming rate. So again, it begs the question, what can we do? News 5's Tracy Carl is continuing our in-depth coverage this evening with that side of the story.
There are 48 boys and girls clubs across Northeast Ohio, but this one on Broadway Avenue is the largest, with about 130 kids coming every day after school. RJ Bearden is one of them. He comes here every day.
To me, it's fun and I feel safe here.
Why do you say that?
Because there's people here that protect me like him.
Him is Joseph Greathouse.
Oh, that's off.
He's the director of the Broadway Boys and Girls Club, and he is passionate about helping each and every child coming through the door.
It's a family-oriented building. The culture itself is just loving, so they know when they come and they enter these doors that they can let their guard down.
But it's when the kids leave.
I'm scared everywhere I go.
Why?
Because there's too much killing, too much gun shooting, too much everything.
At only 12 years old, RJ has seen the violence that happens outside of this safe space. In Cleveland, children are both the ones who are the victims and the ones convicted of violent crimes.
It definitely starts with the parent and the household and whoever's in there making sure they're sustaining whatever we're doing on our end.
Walter Patton knows all about the violence on Cleveland streets. He was born and raised in Cleveland's Central neighborhood.
When I was growing up, I didn't have any positive role models to tell me what to do and what not to do. So all my role models was drug dealers, basketball players.
Patton served time in prison on weapons and drug charges, but since getting out more than a decade ago, he is now taking steps to make sure other kids don't follow in his footsteps. He started the nonprofit Art Not Violence to keep kids off the streets.
Arts and crafts, poetry, hip hop, and film. Turning our stories into films, into poetry, into arts and crafts, and helping us overcome our traumatic experiences.
But still, with hundreds of programs offered in Cuyahoga County and Cleveland, the violence involving young victims and teenagers committing violent crimes continues.
I don't really think it's a program issue because there are several programs that's doing great work. I think it's a generational issue.
Patton told me it's a generational issue.
It's great to reach the kids, right? But there's no way you can reach the kids if you don't reach their parents. Because as I said, you can reach them for 2 hours of the day, but they go home for 22 hours and it's back to a toxic environment.
That's why Patton and Greathouse are trying to help. So kids like RJ can break the cycle and have a bright future. In Cleveland, Tracy Carlos, News 5.